All right, we're going to do a battle report with Eldar versus Imperial Soup. Using open war cards on this table. We have this diagonal deployment, kill the courier, and we drew the twist. It gives two different objectives. So kill the courier and Field of Glory. We haven't set out the three objectives. This is the center objective, those trees. And we'll set out our other two objectives in our deployment zones. Travis has already claimed that corner over there. I'm going to be in this corner over here. And we will start soon. And let's see what happens. So here's the Imperial Soup. It's just tanks. It's 3 Exorcists, 3 Immolators, a Leman Russ Commander, a Chimera, a Repressor, 2 Onagers, 2 Dragoons, and the Iron Strider with Balasterus, a Canoness, and a Tech Priest. And then you've got on the table the Flying Farseer.
Yep.
Guardians.
Fire Prism.
That's a Fire Prism, so it doesn't have anyone in it.
Nope.
Right, yeah. Is that the Bone Singer?
That's the Autarch.
Autarch. But it is a Bone Seer model, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Dark Reapers in the back corner, Harlequin Bikes, the Psychic Flyer, who's that, the Knight? What's it called? Hemlock? Hemlock. And then in reserve, you've got... Are all these guys in that, except for him? And one of those is a Surian somewhere? Osterman. And then that Autarch's got wings, and he's just hanging out in the sky. And these scouts are setting up. Yep. And Harlequins are embarked in the deep striking flyer, and we should roll to see who goes first. So I moved forward and then took out the Rangers, left 1 hull point left on the Fire Prism, and I killed myself a single Dire Avenger. So it's on to round 1 for the Eldar Harlequins. And just so we made it clear, that Exorcist has the courier, and was it your Bone Singer that's got it? Yeah. Oh, no, not the Exorcist. We made it, yeah, sorry. Blasters has it because you were smart, put it on a character. So in the Eldar turn, the Hemlock flies over to here and then flamed the Leman Russ almost to death. Dark Reapers finished the Leman Russ off. Everything else, I guess, came in trying to focus on this flank. They did a bunch of wounds to this Immolator, taking 7 wounds off it. Did 5 wounds to this Iron Strider, and then failed to charge with the Autarch, but I couldn't flame him, so that's sort of meaningless. And then the Wave Serpent, which has no one in it, right?
Yeah, it has a bunch of people.
It has a bunch of people in it. Okay. Charged the Dune Crawler, made the charge. Nothing happened in the charge. That was the extent. That was the turn. It was pretty uneventful. All right. Travis thought the game was going to end right away. Kept saying, like, it's going to end now. But, yeah, round 2. I didn't kill it. No, I killed the Fire Prism. And did a bunch of wounds to the Hemlock with the Flamers. And all 3 Exorcists, who rolled really badly in terms of shooting. Classic Exorcist 1s and 2s. And have this Dragoon over here in combat. And that's it. No, I did 3 wounds to the Autarch, didn't I?
2.
He got... Why do you got a 3 next? Was that only one left? Okay, he got flamed. Okay, game's turning around a bit. Maybe not. We'll see. Eldar come in out of their Wave Serpent. There's Dire Avengers, and those are the black ones are Dire Avengers, right? Mm-hmm. And then Fire Dragons, and then Osterman and a Warlock or a Farseer. They jump out. They take out 2 Immolators, the Iron Strider, and a Dragoon. Dragoon already was gone. No, and a Dragoon. And then lock down an Exorcist here in combat. Harlequins consolidated into Call. Call murders them in close combat. And no one's killed a messenger yet. Call's my messenger. He's in danger, sort of, maybe, kind of. You've managed to put 2 of my vehicles out of use this turn because that Exorcist is locked in combat and this Onager is still just locked in combat. So they're not able to do their jobs. You're out of command points now?
I am.
But this thing's at a -1 now because of your command point. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Psychics was not all that phenomenal. You managed to jinx
one.
one vehicle. All right, so it is on to my turn, which is round 3. Yeah, so I won the first mission holding the 3 objectives. But we still have to kill, and we're on the bottom of round 3. We still have to kill the couriers, which is Call, who's wounded, and that Bone Singer, who's actually an autarch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in this turn, I killed both of his Shadow Seer and the autarch with wings. Ran from combat here so that I could hold the objective. Killed one bike. They don't have to make a morale check, right?
Nope.
No. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention I killed his flyer, and it blew up and did a bunch of damage. We've had a lot of vehicles blowing up. All right, so...
Okay.
Did you get a... You did not get a command point back.
So these guys are going to advance.
They're going to try to kill Call. I forgot to do this combat.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So do this combat, and then, yeah.
I gotta swing back.
You get to swing back. I hit once. I did wound. Dire Avenger dies. Yeah, you got 2 Dire Avengers and a Warlock there.
Okay.
Alright, so you got your point. So the game is tied because you killed Call with shooting with Dire Avengers and Fire Dragons. Took out my one Walker who's over there near the courier on his side. Damaged this Onager pretty badly. It's at 9 wounds. Damaged this Exorcist pretty badly. Killed my Tech Priest, which means I'm not going to be able to fix any Exorcists. Got a command point back. I've burnt one to stop a smite on Call, but then he was executed with Executioner. And you do a bunch of damage to this Walker this turn, I think. Mm-hmm. So the game is tied. I have to kill that dude, which I might be able to accomplish. That's my goal for this turn. We're at the top of round 4. Alright, so in this turn, you'll notice I have less Exorcists. I shot everything into the squad tier, killing the Fire Dragons with the Exorcists and the Flame Tanks. Killed the... What is it, Starweaver?
Yeah.
Over there with the Daedalus Missile Launcher, and killed something else over here. It was like another Fire Dragon. I kept leaving Exarchs with single wounds. So then the Canoness and the Exorcist charged. Exorcist didn't do anything. Canoness didn't do anything. And then Osterman blew up an Exorcist, killing the Canoness and the other Dire Avenger with him. And it is the bottom of round 4, so the game is currently tied. I have to kill that dude over there, which means I have to kill everything on the table to get to him. I think the game is pretty much going to be a tie. Alright, so at the bottom of round 4, Dark Reaper, so his courier is hiding in the back. His bike jet turbo boosts up here, can assault after advancing, and it does, and it locks that Onager in combat with 1 wound left. This Repressor has taken only 2 wounds. It doesn't really do much. 2 Exorcists are unfazed, and this Onager was smited by the Bones, or Warlock, right? Mm-hmm. Warlock. And so he dies and does not blow up. And so it's the bottom of the round 5. It's the last round. I still have to kill that dude I can't see, so it's not going to happen. Alrighty. Yeah.
Is that guy alive?
Yeah, he just fell back. There's no reason not to. He shoots 48 inches. So that Exorcist drives backwards. This Exorcist drove around, tried to kill this Farseer, fails. Onager fails in combat. It's killed by a bike riding Harlequin. And this Repressor just broke out of combat and drove over here. And so we're at the bottom of round 5. The game is tied, and it's probably going to be a tie. So on we go. This is where the game ends on this turn.
Psychic phase, huh?
Well, movement, unless you're giving up on movement. It's a tied game. The Repressor melted Osterman and that Farseer as they charged in. But they blew up the Exorcist, which killed a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, it didn't just damage them and injured my Repressor. And so it's a tied game because he's got the courier, I got the 3 objectives, and game ends on round 5. I've got 2 tanks, and you've got 2 squads of Dark Reapers, an Autarch, and a bike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.